Amin Basha, who is our director of Global Competency Center for Automation and Testing. And Amin, thank you for setting aside the time. We look forward to sharing information with the group.
Sure. Thank you very much, Thomas. So thanks all for joining today. Today we are going to talk about the QA engineering with the Tricentis and how Mackinson is partnering with Tricentis in terms of for reselling and as well as the implementation partner. So today myself, Amin Basha, I am leading here as a manager for test and intelligent automation, and my team member and my colleague, Mr. Mayank Gupta, who's the director of SAP Retail Fashion. And so with that, we'll actually just wanted to give a brief on what we are going to see today in this webinar, that we are going to see who is Mackinson and what we are and what is our industry capabilities, as well as how we have set up our COE for automation, and what are the accelerators and the pre-built test cases and the bots that we have ready to go, ready-made things that you can call. Along with that, we will be surely going through the capabilities of Tricentis products and how these products are helping us in various phases of testing and various types of testing that we have in the industry. So with that, I would like to start this session with the first slide about Mackinson Journey. So with Mackinson is a retail and fashion focused niche skill consulting corporation with a global presence that we have. And we have our mantras like responsible, reliable, and resources. And Mackinson started in 2008, and we have founded as a SAP retail consulting company. Okay, and from there our journey started, and now it's around 12 years. Yeah, more than 12 years now. So now we are actually we have captured some of the milestones here, although we had many achievements in every year, but we have captured the significant and key achievements that we had during, if you notice, the from 2009-10. So we made a lot of partnerships and offshore setups, and we started our A for some retail programs in 2014. And 2017 was a significant year for us, where we have received a partnership with uh, SAP. That's a milestone, and we become the silver partner to them. And 2018 is when we started our COE, where that is when we set up our automation COE, and we made a significant partnership with the UiPath, is one of the leading RPA solution provider. And in 2019, so we had a partnership with SAP for fashion programs, and 2020 is when we had our first RPA project secured for a government project, and we made a partnership with Tricentis, Worksoft, and we also prepared our internal uh, products called ISPX and IMDX, which can be used by any customer for their master data management. Okay, so we have a session today at I think it's 3 p.m. Where we are going to talk about the IMDX as well, and I would suggest everyone to join that to know more about what is IMDX and things. And 2021, so we got our secured some of our AMS projects, and we added some new logos as well. And 2022 just started, and we made a very good step on making a partnership with Hypersense. Is one of the OCR, leading OCR provider, OCR technology provider for RPA. And we also made some bots, and one of those is IMDX bot, which is called Intelligent Master Data Express. Now we added one more intelligence on that as part of creating a bot. So we can call it a I square MDX because we have added two intelligence on that. So with that, I would move to the next slide. So here in this slide, we have captured how our COE works. So what are the core capabilities of automation center of excellence, and how the operating model is. Okay. So the first part of our COE comes as an organization where we have our structure, roles, and responsibilities. So it's very important for an organization to have a structured, hierarchy-based relation with each and every person for that COE, where we have set up a structure with the responsibilities as a developer, a solution architect, and an infrastructure engineer, tester, that the way, right? So with that, our complete COE is comes under this organization. Okay, we also made sure that our roles and responsibilities are defined for all the aspects of the test automation that we are doing here. Not just test automation, I would call even for robotic process automation. And the second part is governance, which is highly important when it comes for compliance. We want to make sure that we are 100% compliant, and that is where we have made our policies and boards and bodies and an escalation hierarchy and all those things. Okay, so we also make sure that with this governance, we meet the compliance for the software development or software testing that we are doing for automation or bot creation, whatever it is, and also make sure that the right process and best practices are followed, and standards also being followed here. And we also have our internal audit that happens in a regular interval, and that makes sure that everything is in place in terms of governance and as well as in the as part of compliance. So the third comes technology for automation or COE. The very key point is technology. It's very important to have people with the technical capabilities, and that is very important when it comes to identify the right tools and technologies for the solutions. And that is where we have our architecture, and we also have made some good partnership with products like Tricentis and Hyperscience and all those things, who can come and help us in terms of technologies in case if required. And the second last thing is that we have is the process and the experience. It's make sure that everything, the execution and the monitoring of the entire automation cycle is is in the business, and is being monitored by the well-structured organization and the process. And it is also it's very important to check if everything deployed in the production environment in a proper way. So that is why we have the process and the experience placed here, and also creating a proof of concept. That's very important when it comes to automation. It's very important to check the feasibility of automation and all those things. Those things are being considered in that process. And the last thing that we have is people and the culture. And here comes the training, qualification, and change management, like where you have your the resources trained in almost all the technologies that comes under automation whenever it's required. So you can pick the people, the right people who have the capabilities, and then also you make sure that you have the capability of analyze the changes in human rules through automation, from an organizational change management to redefine the job description. What does it mean that when you have things automated, the manual process that were being handled by the people who was end users? So we need to educate them with the new process of automation, what has been implemented, with some documents, or we can call it a user manual, to make sure that they feel comfortable with the new process when it comes to automation. So with this, I move to the next slide, where we are going to talk about Mackinson's industry capabilities. So maybe you may be wondering or amazed why we are talking about industry capabilities under automation or testing, or we can call it a robotic process automation, whatever it is, right? So industry capabilities or business knowledge or function knowledge, all these are very important for testing, because testing is not just, you make sure that things are, automated, or you have less manual and your repeated cases are automated. Not just that, it also to come up with a right test cases, right scenarios, business scenarios kind of thing, to make sure that you define the quality of your software. So when you identify the right cases on an optimized way, which can yield the defects, we can identify the defects, and it can be a base for the quality of your software. So that is very important to have your functional or business knowledge. So McKinsey in the business for almost 12 years now, and we have made an impact in our, with our customers in the retail, fashion, and consumer products groups, right? So consumer packaged goods, okay, in all these places we have industry knowledge, and this industry knowledge we are converting it to a testing knowledge. We come up with scenarios and test cases, and also helping in creating test data and managing it. It's very important, and with a proven experience and capabilities with these industries, right? So it will be very easy, and it will make a big impact when it comes for testing. Okay, and McKinsey being a pioneer in niche areas bring through leadership and established practice, right? We have made joining our hands with Tricentis, and we bring the leading practices in testing automation, and McKinsey have made a good impact, and we have made footsteps in different industries like retail, fashion, and CPG, where we have engagement that we have secured with a leading fashion bag retailer, and we have also fashion apparel retailer with a wholesaler, and we have the chocolate candies retailer. We have eyewear manufacturers, and we also have a global grocery chain in our portfolio, and we also have electronics retail based in the Americas. So this gives a complete package of retail, fashion, and CPG experiences, and best practices and experiences that we made there. So that is why we brought here to tell you that why the industry capabilities and knowledge is very important when it comes for testing. Let's move on to the next slide, where we are going to talk why Tricentis. Okay, so when we say why Tricentis, is very important to talk about why SAP chose the Tricentis as their official testing solution. So definitely SAP would have gone the deep technology and the deep business knowledge of this Tricentis products to announce them as their official testing solution. Okay, and SAP as a tool, as a product, they support almost all the businesses like retail, fashion, wholesale, and HR solution, and all these things, right? So that is when where the Tricentis products also helping them a lot with. Okay, and first thing is the global leaders in the enterprise testing solution. When you say enterprises, it's end-to-end solution, like it's helping you for designing, it's helping you for automation, it's helping you to come up with the test data management tools, or helping you to do the performance testing. That's a very key point, and it has been recognized by some top analysts like Gartner, Forrester, and IDC, and also with 11800 plus customers like they have some brands like Exxon, Mackinson, Vodafone, and Coca-Cola. So they have proved the success in the industry. The second thing is that the enterprise grade platform, again, not just for SAP, it's beyond. Okay, so if you think that Tricentis is only for SAP products, no, it's not. So they also have other applications, other things that they can almost test. They have around 160 technologies that they have been supporting, and it also automates the end-to-end business solutions that they have, end-to-end business process testing. That's a second thing. And the third one is very important, where it is actually having the modern and artificial intelligence driven technologies for ED or EC adoptions. So that one thing that I would like to highlight is the live compare, that we are going to talk about that anyway. But live compare is one of those AI based tool which actually helps to come up with a optimized way of testing and optimize the number of cases that it can provide. That is very important when it comes to where to start your test. Okay, so how to start your test, what are the things that need to be considered. So this live compare kind of tool setting in your environment and your understanding, learning the each and every transaction that's happening, then it can suggest you the number of test cases or business cases and all those things to you. So this is all about why Tricentis, and with that we can move into the slide. Who is Tricentis? Okay, and Tricentis is a market leader in agile testing management and AI-based continuous testing, supporting for around 170 plus enterprise technologies that they have. And with these products, they have proved that they have 90 percentage, more than 90 percentage of scenarios automation that can be performed, and 80 percentage of increased speed, and 85 percentage of risk coverage. So this is how this has been arranged. Like some tools like NeoLoad and the capabilities that they have with converting a Tosca case to a NeoLoad. Okay, and also bringing up Tosca in such a way that where you don't need coding knowledge, or you can do less code and you can involve the business directly in testing. So this gives you 90% of scenario that you can automate, or more than that. Okay, and some tools like NeoLoad and Tosca being integrated such a way where with one click you can convert the Tosca case to a performance case in a functional case into performance test case from Tosca to NeoLoad. That increases speed, and it can increase the speed in such a way that you can start your process, your
कोण नाही, तिघ जण ते मी स्पीकर आणि ऑर्गनायझर.
Excuse me, I would request everyone to go on mute.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thanks for that. And so the next thing is that this kind of transfer that we have, where your functional cases can be converted into your performance cases, that in one click, that increases the speed of your testing, and not just the testing, it's also the process, the entire process. And 85% of risk coverage, this comes under tools like live compare, where it can capture the risk-based testing, or it can capture the frequent execution, frequent transactions are happening in the SAP, and it can come up with the optimized case, right? It covers the risk more than 85%. And we are Mackinson. We are partnering with or we can say the other way that the Tricent is partnering with us as a reseller and also the implementation partner. And Tricent is having technology alliances with ServiceNow, AWS, Microsoft, SAP, as usual, Atlassian and Salesforce. So all these you can see that from the the ERP, and as well as from the different technologies like AWS, and everything is being as a technology stack that they have, or a technical alliance stack that they can call. So Tricentis started in 2007, and they have made a many acquisition like Flight, QApp or Q Symphony, you can see. And in 2019, when they came with the concept of live compare, and the acquisition happened there. And 2020 was a year when they had a SAP partnership, and they are also a SAP Silver partner as Mackinson. And 2021 they have made a performance testing acquisition through Neotis. Okay, and if you have noticed that they have greater than 2,500 or 2,500 customers in worldwide. 8 of the top global banks are their customers, and 6 of the top financial services are their customers, and 4 of the top 10 energy utilities providers are their customers, and 8 of the top insurance companies, 7 of the top telecom companies, and 7 of the top global services are their customer. This proves the capability and their experience, and their strength in the industry in the various areas, not just for retail or something. It's also it just they have made footsteps everywhere. They have made their stamp almost everywhere. So also we have the analysts like Gartner and Forrester and IDC. They have showed they have come up with the analysis saying that Tricentis is being one of the top leaders in the area of test automation or QA engineering, we can call it. And with that, we are done with this slide, and we are going to the next one. So so this in this slide, and we have tried to bring in the entire we can call it a landscape of Tricentis products in various phases. If you see that design and development, change impact analysis, right, and all these places, right, you can see that how Tricentis live compare sitting in there, and it helps you to come up with the test cases for designing and development, and in case of any change happening, how those new cases or the how this change is impacted. All those things are being captured by live compare, and it gives the number of cases and suggestions and whatnot. Okay, and from there you do the automation using Tricentis Tosca. And Tricentis Tosca being one of the products where you don't need the deep coding knowledge. What you can do is we can just do the test automation through drag and drop things. Okay, which means that you can involve, you can Amit, the recording is stopped. Amit, I would like to take a pause here. This recording has been stopped. Just give me a minute. Okay, thank you, team, for putting this recording again. So we were talking about the Tosca product and how it can involve the business people directly, where you don't need the coding, or you don't need a technical background that you need to have. All you need to do is just a drag and drop concept, and it will help you to do the automation. And as well as they have a very good recording of options, where you can just record the transaction that you are doing, and it can come up with a test case format. That is all about Tricentis Tosca. And we have the concept of one test definition, where we are going to anyway have a deep dive look into that. But at a high level, any Tosca test cases that you have, we can call it as a functional test that can be converted into a performance case in one click. So this tells that you don't need to do a separate test designing for performance testing. You can actually reuse the cases that you have written for functional testing. All you need to do is just scale up the volume that you want to do. And for example, you have a test case where you log in with the user ID and password credentials. And when you convert that into a new load or a performance case, we can call it, all we need to do is just increase the number of users, where the same test case can run multiple times, or it can increase the load in your environment to check whether your servers are capable of handling it. So there you, if you find anything not working, if you have some problems, then you can do the performance tuning that you can call. So with these tools, there's another tool that we have is Tricentis QTest, which is actually a cloud-based test management tool, or we can call it a agile test management tool as well. But all these tools are integrated in such a way where you make impact, you do the changes in one, you can see the changes in other places also if required. So Tricentis QTest being the centralized system and integrated with all these, we can anyway, we are going to see how these Tricentis Tosca, Neoload and QTest are integrated in an upcoming slide. The second is also the, excuse me. The very next slide of this is also very similar to the previous one, where we are seeing the entire landscape in different phases of testing. If you notice, the Tricentis QTest is helping you in managing test or agile test management. It can help you to hold the test cases, where you can write your test cases, where you can execute your test cases. And you also have the Tricentis Live Compare and Tosca helping you to do the optimization and also the functional testing. And also the very next we have is the automation part, where you write the functional test cases through automation with the no code or less code concept, and it's also artificial intelligence based, and where it supports supports 160 plus technologies as well. And data integrity is one more product where it helps you to do the data testing. And Tricentis Neoload again is a performance testing tool which help to do the performance testing and also identify the bottlenecks of the performance, and it helps you to do the performance tuning. And all these are AI powered and DevOps enabled as well. Moving on to the next slide. So what are the key benefits? How the Tricentis products are different from the other products in the market. So it comes with the 80% of speed. So where you can increase your speed or the entire testing process speed into 80%, using products like Live Compare and the one definition concept between Tricentis Tosca as well as the Neoload. So you can achieve that, and 90% can be automated, because here the concept of no code or less code with the AI technology involved in that, where you don't need a person who is writing a test case or doing automation need to know the technology part of it. So any one person can, any person from business team can jump in and they can do the automation. It's just more like a drag and drop of your activities that we have various. With a little training, yes, you should be able to do that. And tools like Live Compare that helps you to achieve the 85% risk coverage. Okay, and it I'll help you to come up with the right cases, optimized way, which can increase your test effectiveness. Okay, and you can make sure that all the defects are identified and fixed before it goes to production. Moving on here, so this is one we were talking about how this Tricentis analytics works between Tricentis Tosca, Neoload, and QTest. So QTest is being one of the centralized systems that plays a platform between Tosca and Tricentis, where you can convert the Tosca test cases to a performance test case in Neolor, and that can be placed in QTest. So with that, whenever you want, you can actually execute that cases from QTest. And with this one definition, we are actually saving a lot of time, and you can kickstart your performance testing in a quick way. And with this all integrated system, you can manage the test cases for the future execution as well. And it likes the key points that we have is provide quality metrics across all the testing activities, functional testing, and as well as with the performance testing, and build new load test automatically based on the manual test cases stored in QTest. So QTest is the basic or a central system for all these products. Okay, and you can launch the new load test directly from QTest. So you can actually launch the Tosca cases and the neo load cases, everything, and you can convert the Tosca cases to neo load in one click. Okay, that is the important thing and features that you can see here. And moving to the next slide. So this is the one where we wanted to show how these Tosca web, Tosca SAP GUI, Tosca SAP foundation cases can be converted into performance script in one click. Okay, so we have given the picture, but we also have the one of our videos that we have captured coming in very next slide. If you see that, you can the key points that we have highlighted on this slide is that it can accelerate the test design and reduce test maintenance through functional asset reuse, maximize the existing investment. The Tosca tests change neoload performance tests are automatically updated, enables continuous performance testing. And it also it enhances the team collaboration between the functional testing and also the performance testing team, and it enables the shift left concept. What is meant by shift left here is that you can actually prepare yourself for the performance testing during your functional testing itself. So you can identify cases which you want to use for the performance testing, so you can be prepared for the performance testing in the functional testing phase itself, and you can do the parallel things as well. So moving on to the next slide, where we have a video which talks about how shows and how this Tosca case can be converted into um, a performance case in Neoloader. So if you see here, is that these cases that we have, it's all functional cases. And its control flow and the details are given. We also highlight what are the things that are being the parameters of the test case. And that functional test case, you're actually changing it to a Neoload case with one click. So here you see that I'm just stopping here. You can see that the Neoload add-on transfer SAP test case into Neoload cases with this one click. With that click, it converted. This is executing it. And you can see this test case has been updated in QTest, as we discussed, QTest being one of the centralized systems for both Tosca and also for Neolo. You can see this, you can see this test case is available. has been converted. Where you can do the changes if required. You don't, it's not that every time you have to use the same test case. You can also do a tweaking. We can help you set up the platform for converting those cases, and you can take it from there. So with that, I'm moving on to the next slide. Okay, so this is a smart impact analysis. This helps you to do what to test. So we have seen that how this test case is converted into a performance case, functional case, how converted to performance case, and we have also seen why Tosca and all those things. Now we wanted to see that how test how the Tricentis products can help you to design cases and identify what to test. Okay, so here you see that there's a report in the back, the behind the screen, where it comes with a lot of blues and highlighted things, where this actually a report coming from a live compare. So live compare is one of the tools, one of the products that is sitting in your production environment, and it helps you to come up with test cases which are business critical or frequently executed, or it can also tell you that what are the test cases that are at a high risk, and come up with most at risk capabilities things. Okay, and this is very important, especially when you are doing a migration from one version to another version, or SAP to SAP H4HANA kind of transition if you are doing. So you, before you do this migration, you can keep the live compare tool sitting in your environment and analyze your transaction, then pull the report, and you can use that report for the test case suggestions that are coming, okay, through the live compare. Okay, and you can, once the migrations kick started, you can actually use those cases, because you are ultimately trying to test the same transaction to check that your business is not stopped by any chance. Okay, so these all the things that will be considered for as a test base for the migration. Not just for migration, you can also do it for any other implementation, but it's highly helpful when you are doing the big migrations that are being planned in the industry nowadays. So with traditional way of impact analysis, you can actually reduce uh, the test cases, or you can do the optimizations and up to 40%. But with live compare, it has been proved that you can reduce the cases, and you can bring the optimization in such a way it reach to 85% and above. And the ultimate aim is to come up with a zero defects. And with that, I'm moving on to the next slide, where we are going to talk about the IBPA methodology, which is being used by Mackinson, and we would like to tell you that how this methodology is different from other methodology. Apart from the agile, agile is being one of the fast, speed to market technology, which can be called methodology. And here in this IBPA methodology, we have split the entire process, entire workflow into 3 labs, where the first lab come with the discovery and assessment and analyze and identify the high level process, and the third one comes with a strategy of identification, process, and documentation. So here, if you see that Mackinson always give the discovery and assessment as an investment, or for free of cost. If you want to do a POC, yep, that is on us. So that is how we have built a relationship with our customers. So then comes this analyze and identify high level process. Okay, we will be capturing the processes, and from there it goes for documentation. And the second lab consists of design, development, test, train, and solution deployment. This is a little small lab when compared to the lab one. Okay, and this is where you do the design and development, and with the capabilities of our team, the technical team, we can achieve this design and development and test and try, and as well as the solution of deployment quickly. Okay, and also effectively. And the third comes the run and improve. So we have more details about this, the methodology and what all the benefits, where we have implemented and all this. On need basis, if required, we can go through that also in the upcoming sessions. And this slide is actually talking about the pre-built cases, or the data templates, or we can call it as accelerators that we have with Mackinson. So Mackinson's partnership with Tri-Scientist, and their knowledge in retail, fashion, and also CPG industry. So we have come up with cases, test cases, or we can call it as a package. Okay, so these are all pre-built cases. So with our industry knowledge, we have come up with scenarios which are frequently being used, or which are required to kickstart a project, in a speedy mode, which can reduce the process timing and all those things, right? Considering all these things, right, like in the industry of sales and distribution as OTC, or no, if we have the material management, retail processes, how we are managing the master data, and considering all this, so we have the pre-built cases that are placed. So how these cases can help you? So if you are coming up with the requirements, or if you're doing the implementation as a SAP as a new software in your new product in your industry, or you're doing a migration, so these cases can actually help you in reducing your process time and kickstart your process and implementation process, we can call it. And all we need to do is just plug in these cases in the environment, to do some tweaking required if required, otherwise not. Then run these cases in such a way that we can quickly kickstart your process. So not just this, we also have Mackinson bots that we have created for sales order processing, invoice processing, and we have also for vendor management, like IMDX process has been now automated. All you can do is, right, if you want, you can let us know. We will be bringing those bots, it can be installed in your location, in your environment, and you can convert your manual process into automation process, in a speedy mode, in a very quick mode that we can call it. So this is Mackinson's pre-built cases and the accelerators that we have seen. And the next slide that we are talking about is the cross-platform and the cross-browser testing capabilities that we have. So we have made some partnership with some of the platform providers like Sauce Labs or Browser Stacks. So how these environments can help us in such a way that it can give a platform with multi-browser or multi-technology. When I say multi-technology, you may have a tool, a product which is also available in web, also on iOS, and on your Android as a mobile applications. So we can come up with a algorithm, a test case. If you write one script, that should be able to run in all the browsers there in the market, and also all the products that you have come up with, like it's a web application, or it's iOS or Android or iPad, wherever. Okay, so that should be capable of running in all the environments as per our requirements. So with that, we have well established capabilities that we have placed, like for cross-browser, multi-platform. When I say multi-platform, right now you need to come up with a strong algorithm with one script concept where it runs in all the environments. And mobile, these Sauce Labs and browser stacks will also give you the platform for the mobile apps, where you can use it as an emulator, or you can call it a simulator. And it also have the capabilities of error monitoring reports that can be used as an output, or reports that end of every testing that is happening, and it can also give you the environment if you want to do as a real device experience, I can call it, or a real device setup on cloud. So this is our cross browser and platform tech testing capabilities. And with this, our presentation is completed here, and I would like to take any questions if you have. And one more thing is that if you need any help, you want Mackinson to be a part of that, please buzz us on this RPA hotline number. And also you can reach out to us on rpapractice@mackinson.com. So if you have any questions, we can go. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining today. And please let us know if you need help, where Mackinson can jump in and help you on this with this Tricentis and the test automation requirements. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.